In this interview, I am interviewing Julien Chaudeurge, the CEO and founder of BABYZEN. You may be familiar with the YOYO stroller, very popular stroller. So I'm really excited about talking to him today, hearing about the history of the YOYO, about BABYZEN, where did it come from, where is it going? If you have any questions about the YOYO or BABYZEN or anything like that, just drop a comment below. And if you want to see more interviews like these and more reviews on baby gear, you could subscribe to our channel today, or like us on Facebook, or follow us on Instagram. And if you have any questions about baby gear, email us at questions@mbeans.com. And here is Julien. Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Hello.
Or good afternoon, wherever you are. So tell me, where are you right now?
I'm living in south of France. So I'm locked down like all the French at the moment, but I'm in south of France. The weather is beautiful. The spring is beginning, but anyway, we are like all the others. We have to stay at home.
Yes, exactly. Same thing here in Boston. And so thank you so much for spending time with us today. So I actually do not know how BABYZEN started. All I know is that this amazing little travel stroller, I don't know if you refer to it as a travel stroller, sort of appeared, and it was just a huge hit. And I'm just curious, where did that come from? How did this start? Was that your first product? Tell me about it.
Yeah, thanks a lot for I've tried to make it short. My dad is a designer. He was making baby products for a long time, and he works for the BABA company, and one of the best products he has made by the past was the baby cook. I don't know if you saw this small cooker steamer.
Yeah.
Then he was working for toys and many stuff like that. And I was working in the car industry, so nothing to do with the stroller business. I was living in Paris, and at that time in Paris, I was working for the Fiat group, and Fiat group was working on the Fiat 500. So the Fiat 500 at that time was just the engineering and the design. And then when I had a baby, I thought that it was very difficult living in Paris to make sure the big strollers you could buy at that time could fit to the trunk of small strollers like the Mini, like the Fiat 500, and this type of European cars. At that time, I was convinced that cars will become smaller, and I was convinced already that parents would need something more convenient, lighter, easy, and not just only for travel, as an everyday stroller or something very light and very practical. Then we just decided together with my dad it was a crazy idea, but okay, why not to make our own stroller and to make our own story. We've launched a first product, the name of Zen. It was a freewheel stroller. We went to USA a long time ago with Zen. It was from Bloom. I don't know if you heard about this.
The CMYK.
Yes, exactly, the CMYK Zen stroller.
Yeah.
So it was real.
I remember that product. So
yeah,
we don't win them all.
Yeah, it was a very different product, let's say. But at that time already, it was a free wheels, a foldable wheels, and then you were able to save a lot of space. Then we met someone else that came in a second designer that came in the company who had this incredible patent of folding, and with now the YOYO folding. And we decided to make this product as the unique product we are now selling, because we believe YOYO can make many things and much more than only a second stroller or travel stroller. So it's really the beginning, from a blank sheet, from starting everything by ourselves, and then just making the product that we would buy for us, if it was possible to find it at that time, and engineer this product as like a kind of good product, good engineering on a small one. I mean, on a reduced size one. So it was really the idea to make it very light, to use the best material, to use the best aluminium, to use the best engineering plastic, We are working a lot with DuPont from USA. We are always trying to find the better solution or the best solution for parents on the go, but just not for travel. On the go means every day on the go. So do you take a taxi? Do you take Uber? Parents have changed a lot. So the YOYO was made to this new kind of parents.
Yeah.
And
it's so interesting to hear your story, your family story, that, you know, family, like you're in the baby business is in your blood. And the YOYO really sort of changed the whole story on traveling with your baby, or even on the go lifestyle. I mean, before the YOYO came out, people typically bought like umbrella strollers, and it really recreated a whole category. And it's really interesting to see that there are so many different, that category has become very, very big, very crowded currently. But the BABYZEN YOYO just seems to be unique and seems to be like a standout. No matter how many products come into the category, the YOYO just seems to just keep getting better and better, more popular and more popular. What do you think is special about this particular product that makes it stand out so much?
Thank you for that. We for sure. I believe we because we are not coming from the stroller industry, we are not thinking about segmentation of the market. We're not thinking about how to market the product. We're just thinking, what do we need? What do we need is I'm 47, quite old. So my son has 18, my daughter has 15. So for sure, we were watching a lot these new parents in Paris, London, New York, Boston, in the big cities, Singapore, Hong Kong, because YOYO is now almost everywhere in the world. And the point was, the first idea of this patent was to make it foldable, and the folding system to make it very small but very easy. Because to make it small, if it's not easy, or to make it easy but not small, you're always missing something. So the idea was really to make it easy and small. And then when the second designer came on board, so Gilles came on board to work with us, the idea was to make it cabin compliant. And at that time, I thought it was a crazy idea, brilliant idea, because parents were moving more and more. Parents were looking for better products, more practical products. Then I hope that the YOYO has a different design. I believe that the YOYO has created a kind of new category, but a new kind of design, a new kind of look, let's say, of the entire product, like the white wheels, like the white frame. Because, for example, there's the fact that on the YOYO you can choose a black frame or a white frame for the same price. It's not an option. It's like on the iPhone, you could take it black or white. At the beginning it was like that. The idea came from that. Then all the colors, all the things that to make it washable, easy detachable, everything was made to make sure that finally we can answer to a demand that parents have of a product they need on the everyday life. But I believe now that we have many competitors, that YOYO is still first, YOYO is very popular. So for sure, when you are when you are traveling, even in the US, everywhere, many people, even when you are checking the product or when you want to check your luggage, people are saying, "Is it a YOYO?" It's not a YOYO. It's a YOYO. They know the name. So I believe the name also helped a lot to the kind of category. Like we had some very famous name previously on the umbrella strollers. And some of them are still very famous, but I believe we were also lucky to arrive on a time where parents need something different. What is making now, I think, YOYO a bit special, it's also that YOYO became a new way of life for new parents. So it's not everywhere the same, for sure. This is what we are trying to do. But if we go to the more mature city where we are, let's take, for example, Paris or even Hong Kong, Singapore, London, and I'm sure New York, and hopefully Boston, these parents are using the YOYO as an everyday stroller. I mean, they can buy the YOYO as a second stroller, but very quickly they understood that YOYO on an everyday life is making your life easier. And then, so I believe it's a bit different because at the beginning, some people were thinking that the price the YOYO was a bit too expensive. Then I understood that the product is super reliable. You can change all the parts. It's made by screw, not rivet. So the way we are engineering, I think, is also making a bit different experience. And then folding is one thing, but I believe a stroller, you are more pushing it than folding it. So you must have something with a good, a good stroll. If you have a good stroll, you have a good experience, then you fold it and then you go back. I mean, I believe it's also, it was just a product made for parents, and I believe that now we have a kind of YOYO fan community all around the world. For sure, we have the help of a network like Instagram or Facebook or many others, where you can see many YOYOs and many mom pushing YOYOs, and then or many famous people. You know, we had, for example, I just would like to tell you something that we share with Glenn, with our big boss for the US market. When Kim Kardashian tried a YOYO for the first time, we're so happy to see her like that. I mean, it was just because she, the story is, it's a funny story because it was a friend from Paris who gave her the YOYOs, okay, when she arrived in the Paris airport. But at that time, it was a huge, kind of huge advertising for us. And then we're lucky probably at the beginning to have things like that. So after that, maybe because we were the first, maybe because we had something different, it's a bit difficult.
It's so interesting to hear you speak about hearing you speak is very clear to me why the stroller is so successful. You're really thinking about the consumer, really thinking about parents, thinking about the push of the stroller. Like you said, it's not a product developed by marketers, but like, how is it actually going to function out there in the world? And I think the most successful strollers and the most successful products really have that, are created by people focused on the consumer and not by marketers. So I think that makes a lot of sense. But like you said, so the Kardashians had a YOYO, and it's really grown from there. When you created this YOYO, did you ever think this would be like a global phenomenon, especially after the CMYK, that first stroller? Like, and
yeah.
Tell me about that growth process. Has it been smooth? Has there been any challenges? Tell me about that.
To be honest, yes, I was really sure that when Jill, our partners, arrived with this crazy folding system, and my dad, to be able to make it like it is, I mean, the design to make it to make it like it is, I thought that at that time already, I don't know how to explain, but I was sure that this product could be something huge. And the story at the beginning was, okay, we have a product, we have a different product. We need to show it to different people, not to different people, but let's say to more open-minded people. Because at the beginning, it was a bit strange having a product like that. It was a bit expensive for many parents, saying, look, what do you... So at the beginning, we said, okay, we want to touch some. I mean, we don't want to make a big success in France and then UK, blah, blah, blah. No, we want to touch some Parisian, people from London, New York, Singapore. To do that, we were more looking having very good partners like you guys, because you can't sell a product like that if you're gonna have some partners able to understand the product and to show it for like it is. Okay. And then the second idea was, I want to take my product and I want to put my product and to hang in on the wall. So the story at the beginning of the YOYO, it was very funny. You had all these retailers with, let's say, 100 of strollers open on the floor. And then we were asking our partners that we want to have these yo-yos hang on the floor with the shoulder strap. So some people were asking, what is it? Can you show me how it works? And then you take the yo-yo on the wall and then you unfold. And then 99% of the job was done already at that time. Mm-hmm. So the idea at the beginning was to put in many nice places all around the world. And if you have 100 nice places all around the world, it's much better than 100 places just in France, for example, because all French can go to the yo-yo immediately. They have to see some people showing the way of why it's a different product. So it was a kind of very, I don't know the name in English, but to do it very step by step, always with the same story and always with the same principle, finding the right partners and then try to do something a bit different. So yeah, sure. It was a kind of, but yeah, to answer to your question, starting by that and having the first, because it's easy to see if you have a big yes or not. If you arrive to London and you have a big yes to the good one, and you arrive to New York and you have a big yes, and then Paris, you know what I mean? You are meeting people, you show them something, you feel if they love it or not. Then the second story was to find good partners. We are very lucky having Glenn in the US. Glenn is in love with the yo-yo. I know he's in love with the yo-yo, so he's able to come and see you probably and to show you that he's in love. So maybe you have more attention to what Glenn is showing, and then it's also. I think it was a kind of, let's say, I don't know if we can be passionate with the strollers, but kind of passion of something, of showing something different on a different way and touching different people.
I'm someone who's built his whole career about being passionate about strollers, so
yes,
I can completely understand that. And so you just came out with the YOYO 2 this year with the new suspension system, make it even easier to push. Where do you see BABYZEN going next? What are I'm sure you probably have some secret plans, but what's next for BABYZEN?
We have nice things coming in the coming month, coming years. Some surprise, let's say, and some of them will be very surprising. We are working on different products, strollers around the yo-yo and the yo-yo story. Some different things that I can't really explain, but I hope you will love them. But then we are thinking to these parents, how they will continue to evolve in the coming month, coming years. I believe this what we are. I mean, the situation, the current situation today is also something that we have to do with it, but we have also to think with it. So I believe that it will continue to change the way people are moving, to change the way people are thinking. And we are very focused to see what these kind of parents, what they want. Not what the market is doing, but what we feel, what we believe these new parents want. What kind of, there is many things. Do they need an incredible bed, a foldable bed, or do they need I don't know, it could be there is many cool things to do in the baby business, not just around strollers. So we are thinking and looking about many things at the moment, to be honest, and these things will come in the coming 2 years.
It's a really obviously really interesting time, and it's interesting to hear that you're how you're thinking about that, and try to make predictions for how life is going to change after we all come out of our homes, and the ability to sort of be flexible and sort of pivot a bit. I know we just launched our best travel strollers or best lightweight strollers of 2020 video a week or two ago, and obviously the yo-yos prominently featured in that video, but that's one of our most popular videos. We do that every year, the roundup of travel strollers, but surprise, surprise, people aren't traveling right now, and who knows when people will be traveling again. So that video is just not getting as much traction. So it's interesting to think. And for you guys who, again, I know the YOYO is for everyday use, not just for travel, but to think about how parents are going to change. It's just so hard to know.
Yeah, for sure. I believe that for sure we will travel less, or we will travel in a different way. I believe if we see, for example, in France or UK, where people will be out in the coming weeks, or when you discuss with your friends, they are more saying that they will stay in France, for example, and they will take their car and they will see the family, or let's say do different things. And if they are not planning to take any flight, for sure, or less flights, I believe they will need space in the trunk or things like that. So I believe also that this new segment that we are still naming travel stroller became a kind of product that you need when you are more moving, or when you are on the go, let's say. In Europe, for example, where in the big cities like Paris, the car is almost not allowed anymore, not far.
Sure.
People are more moving by themselves, or strolling by themselves, or taking a bike, or taking a bus, or taking a Uber. They still need a YOYO for that, because so I believe this is moving. But after that, we'll see what for sure, things will move, and I believe also people will travel soon. So depend of the country, depend on the restriction. We'll see. I believe that YOYO is now more and more famous for many other things than only travel, or travel it's all type of travels.
Well, I'm really excited to see what's in the future, what you guys come up with, and as you sort of strategize in your homes for the next couple of weeks, and like who knows what is yet to come for us as well, as things change, and as we're like, it sounds like something that we have in common is like really focusing in on what parents need and how can we be there to best support them. But thank you so much for talking to us today. If you have other questions about BABYZEN products, like I said, drop a comment below. If you want to see more interviews like these and more product reviews, you could subscribe today and like and follow us. And thank you so much, Julien. Stay safe, stay healthy, and you can buy BABYZEN products. You can buy the BABYZEN YOYO 2 and all the accessories, etc., at mbeans.com and Imagine Beans stores. Stay safe and have a great day.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.